So tonight, very excited to have on our friend Matt Thibeau from Savant Marketing. Matt is a expert when it comes to Facebook ads, so we're excited to bring him on tonight. He's going to be sharing with us a little bit about using AI in your ads and how you can actually use it to create your videos and stuff like that. We're going to share a little bit about using Chat GPT for your AI and using AI in your sales team to help you get more leads so you're not missing the leads. So Matt's going to help you get those leads. We're going to help you keep them and attract them and get them onboarding and get them into your system. So Matt, you want to kind of take it away on your
Yeah.
end?
Awesome. Yeah. So I put together this lovely document here for you that's super fancy and definitely very over the top. No, I'm just kidding. Very, very simple. But I'm going to go straight into it for you guys here. So basically, right now, like if you're not using Facebook ads or meta ads for lead generation for filling up your funnel as a landscaping business, you're missing out on a big opportunity. Google ads are a great way to get leads or SEO or some of these other aspects. But what's so awesome about Facebook ads is that there's really no other platform that allows you to take really specific content and put it in front of your ideal prospects. So like down to, the specific zip code or like their interests. So you can get really specific with who you're showing this content to. And that's what makes it so amazing. And like Scott was saying too, AI has really sweetened the deal here. What I love about what AI has done is a lot of the stuff that used to take, hours like video editing or Photoshop and all this stuff, that barrier has really been broken down. And so, like I wrote here, you're literally one campaign away from taking your business to another level. And I know that might sound like kind of hypey or something, but honestly, like we have clients that have come to us where they've been plateaued at a certain level, relying mostly on referrals, or maybe like they have a good reputation like Google My Business and stuff like that. But after just implementing one really good campaign and a really good Facebook ad funnel, coupled with the appointment setting on the back end, you can transform your entire business. So I'm really hoping that we can just like give you guys some really great takeaways from all of this. Um, so I wanted to dive into it like right off the hop here. So number one is what makes a good ad on Facebook? You guys have probably, this isn't your first rodeo. Like you've probably run ads before, or I've probably looked at some information about running ads. And so I wanted to take a minute here just to show you like what really are the elements of a good ad, right? So number one, a good ad on Facebook is first starts with a message. So like, what are we saying in that ad, right? A lot of guys will not really know what to say, or maybe they just go to Chat GPT and they'll just type in like, write up a Facebook ad for my landscaping business and just take like whatever throw up that like Chat GPT will give you and they just copy and paste it and like run that as an ad. And I'm sure we've all seen that, right? It's like pretty obvious to tell, like see the emojis and like the M dashes and all that stuff. And like, we know that you're just like doing that, right? So I'm going to give you guys a really easy way to get some strong messaging going for your Facebook ads using AI, but in the way that I think is like a much better way to do it. Next, what goes into a great ad on Facebook is going to be the ad creative. So what's the visual element of the ad? Right now on Facebook ads, videos are absolutely crushing it. We have some pictures for our clients that do really well, but I would say most of the time, your video ads are going to be where you're going to see a lot of really great momentum and cheap cost per lead. Like I'm talking, we have some clients that are getting like $15 leads that are qualified compared to stuff like Google ads or any of these other stuff that you may have done. That's typically like $80 a lead or more. So I'm going to show you some really cool stuff that we can do with creatives as well. And then next is having a great offer, right? So a lot of guys will be like, well, Matt, I have an offer, I'm doing free estimates. That's my offer. Or, this month we're doing 10% off or something like that. But to make a great ad on Facebook, you need to have a truly unique offer. So we can talk a little bit about that as well. And so the offer is going to not only get people's attention, but attract the right type of attention too. And so there's a lot of stuff that we could do with that as well. We'll talk about. And then lastly is the call to action. So like, what are we actually telling people to do in this ad, right? And so a lot of guys will do like everything perfect. I saw an ad the other day of a landscaper where he did a video and he had like, a great offer and all these great things. And at the end, he just said, yeah, don't hesitate to reach out, and like didn't really give any clear next steps of what to do. So that's definitely what you don't want to do. You want to be super clear with what you're telling people to do, right? So give us a call at this number for a free quote, or mash the button below. We'll get in contact with you, right? So super clear. Now, something that I'm going to focus mostly on in this presentation is just how you can use AI to create very, very high quality creatives for your ads. Remember what we talked about? The creative is the visual element, right? So pictures and videos. But right now on Facebook, what I'm finding is that the creative aspect is one of the most important aspects. So you could have like an okay message and like an all right offer, but if your creative is really good, then your ad is going to still do quite well. So what we're seeing right now is the Reels section on your Facebook ads is by far the best place to have your ad showing up. So the Reels section is like where people are on their phones, and they're just kind of scrolling through those videos like TikTok style. That's where you want all your videos to be popping up, because that's where people's attention is right now. Stuff like showing up in the news feed and all these other things, like that's great, but the Reels section is where a lot of the opportunity is right now. Next is that I've discovered that these selfie style videos by far are the absolute best videos to be doing right now for Facebook. So a lot of guys will ask us like, oh, should I do like a drone video, Matt? Like I have a cool drone. Everyone wants to like find an excuse to use a drone because they're super fun, right? But what I find is that the only thing that you really need is just your cell phone, and you just want to do a really simple selfie style video of yourself looking professional at the job site. And you just want to introduce yourself and just do like a 1 to 2 minute little video. And we're going to go into exactly what you need to say and what it looks like. I have some examples here, but those selfie style videos right now are working well because they're extremely authentic and it's going to build a lot of trust. People usually don't see contractors willing to put themselves out there and like personally brand themselves like that. So immediately, if you think about it, you're getting your face and your brand and your message in front of all of these people very easily and typically for not very much money. Next too is like the editing on these videos needs to be really, really solid, like super quick, fast. If there's airtime or it's taking too long, it's not going to be as effective. So I'm going to show you a really cool AI tool that can do all the editing for you as well. Next is having captions on the video is super important too. There's a lot of different tools that'll do this. So most of them will, but I'm going to show you the same tool that will do the editing for you can also just pop the captions on too. And I'll give you guys like a little demo of that tool. And next is like, you want these ads to be like 1 or 2 minutes long, because the nature of like this scrolling section of the Reels there, then you're definitely going to want it to be like fairly quick. You don't want to be too quick because you don't want to, the saying is like, you don't want to choke the salesperson, right? Like you need to have a good message and have the time to deliver that message, but you also don't want it to go more than 2 minutes, I would say. And then lastly is you need to have a great script, right? So you don't want to sound like you're reading from a script, but you need to have at least a framework in your mind so that you're not just saying whatever on there, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to create a script and the script template that we use with all of our clients that works really well. So I want to show you guys an example video here first. This is the type of video that I'm talking about. This is a video that we created for one of our clients. So I'm going to pop this open and I'm hoping that you guys can hear this. Let me know.
Hey there, it's Daniel here from My Landscape. We're a landscape maintenance company that specializes in garden bed cleanups, mulching. And right now we're actually helping homeowners at this moment transform their yards in the Prince George's County area. Whether you're looking for an initial bed cleanup, mulching, or maybe you're just looking for a nice tidy up, weeding out the flower beds, trying to get things back in shape. Well, our expert team would definitely love to help you out. And plus right now we are off.
So as you can see, it's a very simple style of video. It's very authentic. Some of the things he could have done a little bit better was like he was kind of filming from like an upwards angle, right? So it'd be better if maybe he held the camera like looking down and he wasn't projecting his voice as much. But other than that, like super solid video. And this is crushing it right now for him. So it doesn't need to be like, over the top insane stuff here. And I'm going to show you basically this was the exact script that he used. And you can basically, you can take a picture of this and you could use a script like this as well. But I'm going to walk you guys through it and basically what it would sound like. So you just say like, hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Matt here from Example Landscaping, and we are a landscaping company that specializes in fall cleanups. And right now we're helping homeowners transform their homes around the Ottawa area. So whether you're looking for a complete overhaul or just a small job to help, freshen up your yard or your curb appeal, our expert team would love to help you. And right now we're offering a free, whatever the offer is, could be like a maintenance package, could be a guarantee, could be whatever that you come up with. But I would recommend making it value-based instead of discounting. And then you just say, yeah, we offer 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you want to start a conversation or get the ball rolling, our schedule's filling up. So you can give us a call at the number, or you can crest, your no obligation quote today. Can't wait to show you what a 5-star experience looks like. Talk soon. So super simple script, and it's something that you can kind of memorize there. And so what I recommend is you could literally take this script. So maybe I can give this to Scott or Katie after. You could literally copy this, throw it into ChatGPT, and you could literally just give information about your business. So you could be like, yeah, like, my name is Spence, or my name is Paco. I own and operate this company. We provide these services, and, we're located in this area. Your role is to act as if you're an expert video script writer for advertising, and your task is to rewrite this video script for my company so I can use it in our new ad. And then you can just paste that, right? So this is how you could get yourself a really high performing script that's tailored exactly to your company. So next I want to show you, so let's say that you film this ad, right? And now you've got the ad. I want to show you a tool that we use for editing the ad. And this tool, I use it for my YouTube videos. I use it for a lot of different video content now. So this tool is called Descript, and I love this tool. Basically, what this tool allows you to do is you can essentially edit your videos from the words that you're saying. So you can load your video into this tool, and what it will do is actually transcribe your video in here, and you can actually edit your video just by like clicking on the words and like removing the words or adding words, etc. So I really like this because you can then cut the video like right at the point of where you stop saying something or whatever, right? And check this out. This is super cool. It has a really cool AI assistant basically with it, where if you click AI tools, it'll have a thing here. I'll just move this over here. It'll have a thing here where you could just click in one click and just click like remove filler words. So if you're like me and you say or or all these like filler words, one click, it'll just remove it all and it's done. And then another click, you can give yourself studio sound. So it'll actually increase the sound audio of your video. So even if you don't have a professional mic, it'll do that too. And then you can even click like edit for clarity. Probably not so relevant because you already have a script, so that you don't want to be like editing out too much stuff. But let's say that like you're just reading the script and you are using a teleprompter. Well, it could use AI to correct your eye contact to look at the screen. So then people won't even know that you're literally like looking somewhere else at the script, right? So all of these tools are extremely helpful for making these videos. And then when I was talking about with the captions, right? So one click, you just click on the button captions. It will populate these captions here. You can drag them wherever you want. You can click whatever style you want it to be and whatever size. And that's how you can make really, really great videos. And then you can change the aspect ratios here too. So you can put in portrait mode. So portrait mode is what you're going to want to use for these reels. So this is Descript. Highly, highly recommend this. So definitely want to make a note of this. I think it's like $50 a month. We use it a lot. And so I would definitely recommend it.
Just
Yeah, so
real
that's
quick,
Yeah.
I'll drop the link in the
Chat
chat
for
here in a second.
Descript.
Yeah. Okay. So any questions so far about, I know we're going kind of fast. It's just because I want to respect the time. And I know that Scott and Katie have a lot of stuff coming up too.
So Matt, there is a question here by Ty. He said, can you create multiple videos if you offer multiple services and run them during certain seasons?
Yes.
How long should we allow the videos to run? 2 or 3 months or longer?
Okay, good questions. So the first question is, can we create different videos for different services? Yes, absolutely you can. You never want to run an ad with multiple different services. You could do it a little bit, but the more specific the ad can be, the better. So you can definitely do that. The next question was what?
How long should those videos run for?
Yeah.
Ads.
As long as you need the leads, but I'm assuming that you're asking that question of like, how long should I test it for essentially to see which ones win? So what I would recommend is you want to record like a couple of different videos and make a couple of different video edits, about 3 to 5, if you can, ideally. And then you're going to run those for about 2 weeks. And then after that 2 weeks there, you're going to see which ones are pulling leads for cheaper and which ones are not pulling leads for very cheap. And you're just going to remove the losers and you're going to focus in on the winning ads. Yeah.
So I guess to continue on that conversation, he said, how many ads should we run at a time?
Yeah. In our company, when we launch a campaign for a client, we start with 10 ads typically. So some of those will be videos, some of them will be pictures, but it's mostly geared towards the video side of things. And then we'll run it for a couple weeks, usually 14 days or so, 2 weeks. And then it's going to be very obvious which ones are working well. Typically, like 1 or 2 are going to really pop off. You'll see.
And then Paco asked, do you recommend Facebook ads for a high-end design build company?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a client, I don't know how high end or how high ticket it is. We have a client that does $100,000 spa and pool backyard makeovers. He's running he's running Facebook ads right now, and it's working phenomenally well. Sometimes your cost per lead will be a little bit higher, and that's okay because there's just less people who are interested in that size of a project, but it works phenomenally well for that.
Okay. Yeah. He said he does over $100,000 projects.
So it is very good. You are going to get some people come through, where they're just like, they're not a good fit for that. So it will allow you to like cherry pick the jobs that you want for sure. That definitely could be a thing.
That's all I have right now.
Sweet. Awesome. Cool. So then basically, what you're going to find though sometimes is that in these videos, like you saw with the example I showed you, there's another square that's kind of like showing the work that he does. So that's called B-roll, right? So we need some kind of B-roll for these videos as well. That is equally as important as like the selfie style video. So original video is always best. So literally like all you need to do is just go to your best, when you finish up your job and it's all done, just take your phone and just walk around and like filming the job, so you could use that for the B-roll. I'll show you in a second how also you can AI your voice. So you could literally do AI voiceovers while showing the work. That way you don't always have to be like speaking properly. But once you have that original content, that's the best thing that you could use. Sometimes though, you're going to find with making these videos that you're going to need some stock content as well. And so what we use is a tool called VectEasy. This is phenomenal for landscapers. So this is stock video footage that you can buy a license for that you can use advertising, like in advertising. And a lot of the video quality in it is very good. So like I like this one. Some of them, like it's obviously stock, like this guy looks kind of stock here, but like some of these clips for sod installation or something, like this looks actually like good. Some of the other stuff, like some of it is not great, but other stuff is like, if you just show the quick clip, like no one would ever notice. We use this tool a lot, and I think this is coming in at like $25 a month, unlimited downloads. So super, super valuable as well. So that is VectEasy and how to get your B-roll going. Next, I want to show you guys how to start scaling content using AI. So once you start getting leads coming through Facebook and then you're trying to start scaling the campaign, because let's say you have a sales team, you want to start growing, right? We have lots of clients who want to start scaling up the ad spend. Typically, after you're spending $5,000 a month on ad spend, what's going to happen is that you go into a new territory, in my opinion, in Facebook ads where the more money that you spend on ad spend, let's say that you crank it up to like 10,000 per month, right? In Facebook ad spend, and you're trying to get like hundreds of leads. Basically, what's going to start to happen is that I'm just going to admit that person. Basically, what's going to start to happen is that your ads are showing to that audience so much that people are going to start getting tired of seeing your ads. And that's called ad fatigue, right? So if you're targeting a very specific pool and you just crank up the ad spend to $10,000 or $20,000 per month, some of these like bigger numbers, people are just going to only see your ad basically like all the time. And so what this is going to do is that Facebook is going to start consuming your content very, very quickly. So you're going to start seeing, in other words, your ads get way more expensive. Your cost per lead is going to go way up, right? Because people are just like sick and tired of seeing the same ad over and over again. It's not going to create that stimulus, right? And so what we do in our agency is we use AI to create several different hooks in those videos to be able to get people's attention and make the video feel like it's a different video. So the back end video is the same, but we'll use AI to create a different hook. So, maybe the first hook will be like, are you looking for a way to freshen up your landscape this year? If so, check this out. Then the other hook will be like, your neighbors are going to be jealous once they, see what we've got going on with some of our landscaping services. And then you're going to have another hook and another hook, right? So this could get a little bit difficult if you're the only one filming these ads, right? You're filming like a different hook every time. And so that's a lot of work to put on our clients. So we like to make it easy for them. So what we use are several different AI tools, and these are super, super cool. So one tool is called HeyGen Video. HeyGen, right? Basically what this tool is going to allow you to do is either clone your own likeness in video. So then you don't need to be filming anymore. You can just clone yourself in these videos, and then it will start to, basically you can make yourself say different things in video, right? So this is where those like deep fakes basically are coming from, is something like HeyGen, right? So HeyGen, I'll show you in a second, like an ad that was completely made by AI in a second. 11 Labs is another tool that we use. So 11 Labs is basically a tool that allows you to clone your own voice. So I'll show you an example of like my voice clone. So you guys have been listening to me. I'll show you the AI version in a second. Or what you could do is use another voice. So they have like different voices that you can use. So it's very valuable for doing like advertising, right? So I'll show you guys an example here of an AI video.
Thinking about making your backyard a little more relaxing? Maybe even turning it into your own personal oasis? At Villagers Choice Pool and Spa, we help homeowners here in the villages design beautiful custom pools and spas tailored to your property and your lifestyle. We have 25 years of experience. Our team handles the entire process, so you can enjoy the fun parts without the stress. Right now, we're offering a free 3-year warranty and 1 year of pool cleaning on us. That's over $2,000 in value just for getting started. So if a pool has been on your mind, let's talk. We'd love to help you bring your vision to.
So it's not perfect, right? There's little things that you can kind of see, but the guy talking there was 100% AI. So he's not a real person. And we just wrote the script and we put that in there. The video shots of the work, our client took some video, and then some of it is stock footage as well. So for the most part, it's mostly AI, that video. So drop in the chat, like, what do you guys think of like how that looks, if it was like realistic enough for you? The challenge right now, though, is like finding an avatar or an AI avatar that kind of like matches your brand, So we wanted like an older guy, but like, as you can see in the video, he's kind of like in his bedroom. So it's like, sometimes it could be a little bit strange, but it's getting better. And there's a couple different ones that I can, I'll show you another video in a sec, but yeah, so it's pretty neat. I'm just going to check the comments because I haven't looked at that in a sec.
The one thing I'd say is too, having you break it up in the video from the person talking and showing the
Yes.
B-roll splits it up. So it doesn't make it so obvious. If it, like, I've seen those videos that it's just a straight person talking, and you can actually see that it's not, not meshing up, things aren't lining up right. So it does look AI. Where you start blending in those videos, you start taking away that note.
I agree. Yeah, we only show them for like maybe 2 seconds, I'm going to show you guys. So here's another HeyGen example.
Savant Marketing Agency is helping holiday lighting and permanent LED lighting contractors double their installs this season using Facebook and Google Ads.
So that guy's completely AI as well. I actually really like this one because he's walking and it's like, it's not as obvious in my opinion. So we like to use that guy as well. And I'm going to show you an example of my voice cloned. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio. So I'm going to show you that. Hey everyone, this is an example of using 11 Labs to clone my voice. What do you think? Yeah, so
Sounds
what do you
good.
guys think of that? I don't know if you could hear it, but
No, it sounded good and sounded pretty close to you. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, all right, guys, I'm going to show you my last thing here. So let's say that, you're kind of like, oh, like, I don't know what kind of video to do. I don't know how to do this or like what it should look like. So here's a cool tool for you that's completely free. So you can kind of like spy on your competitors. So this is called Facebook Ads Library. And so this is a free tool. You can just go to Google and type in Facebook Ads Library, and it will basically show you all of the ads in a particular keyword. And you could do by like very specific areas too. And so if you're ever wondering of just like, oh, I need some inspiration, you can look at some of the other ads that some landscapers are running, right? So we see like this company here, they're running like some of these pictures. We got some other videos here. So you can just see like all of the ads that are running. So let's say you want to go like really specific, you could be like, pool installation or something like that. And it'll just show you like what's running for those specific things. So you can actually so I really like this tool. We use this tool a lot. I would recommend that you do it as well, just to have a look at what people are doing and some of the trends that are happening. So guys, that's all that I have for you here today for this Facebook ads AI presentation. I'll hand it over to Scott and Katie, and we'll talk about what to do with the leads once they come through. But any other questions before we hand it over?
yeah. So do you recommend Facebook ads over Google ads?
They're just very different. So we run both for our clients. I really like both because Facebook is going to be cheaper leads and they're going to be a little bit more top of the funnel, which means like they're a little bit less of a hot lead, so to speak, right? Because they just stumbled upon your ad. But I like the fact that we can control what we're saying in that. Whereas on Google, they're going to be super hot leads, but they're like double the price. And also with Google, the issue is that if no one's like searching for your services anymore, then it's really hard to get more and more leads. Whereas with Facebook, we can put ads in front of people and basically like force them to see our stuff. So it's easier to get leads on demand and scale it, right? So very different. I kind of explain Google as like pull marketing and Facebook as push marketing. So that's kind of like a way to think about it.
Do you recommend, this is just my question, do you recommend trying, different ones and see what is taking in your market more so, or do you recommend starting with
Yeah,
one?
I think that's really good. If you're going to start with Google Ads, I would say that local service ads for Google is the best place to start because it's less complicated. You're more likely to get a success because you can actually like set, hey, I'm willing to spend this much per lead. So it's like more of like a bidding process. So there's less risk. Whereas like Google Ads is there's a lot going on there. You could spend a lot of money on Google Ads and like see nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was Ty. Yeah. Said, can we create the ads, manage the ads, and manage the leads on our own? And what CRM should we use?
Yeah, I mean, anyone can go into Facebook ads and create your own ads, manage the leads of our own. And oh yeah. So the CRM that you should use, where they're going to talk about the CRM that they're using there. But in terms of like Facebook ads or Google ads, anyone can go in and manage that, right? And use that. We're just a marketing company though, that we specialize in that service. So for people who don't want to mess around with it and would rather just pay us to handle it all for you, then that's what our service is. But anyone can do it.
Yeah. And one thing I will say with, like he mentioned, with the Google ads can be a little bit difficult. So can Facebook ads. If you're not used to the platform and know how everything works and lines up, it can be a little scary, and it can, like he said, it could cost you money. So having somebody that knows it, has experience setting these up, could save you money in the long run. So don't look at it like you're saving money doing it on your own. It might be better for you to pay somebody that knows it, like Matt. I'm not trying to like roast him up, but it is true because I personally, we wasted thousands of dollars on Facebook ads just trying to figure out our own, where I could have just paid that to somebody else and made more money off it than just trying to figure out my own. So just FYI there.
Yeah, at this point, I've spent millions of dollars on Facebook, and we have a team and been doing it for about 10 years. So
Yeah.
I'd like to think I learned a thing or two.
And one thing I will touch on with the CRM to kind of answer that a little bit further, Ty, we are definitely going to share with you a CRM that we feel works very well. But this is kind of getting a little off topic with AI, but I'll make it short. But CRM kind of to me in this industry is kind of not used correctly. Some people consider CRM where they're just basically collecting information of like the name and address and phone number of the customer, email maybe, and not doing anything with it. That just to me is like a Rolodex back in the day. That doesn't do anything for us. A good CRM is going to be a software that's going to be able to email that customer, reach out to that customer, do something with that information, not just hold on to it. So a lot of these softwares that are out there now, in the green industry, boast that they are a CRM. Well, to me, yeah, it kind of is, but it doesn't reach out. It doesn't do anything with that information. So to me, it doesn't do us any good. So a good CRM, when you're looking for one, or if you're looking for one, should be able to grab that information and do something with it. Send them an email, send them a text, or whatever it is. Something has to be done with that information. So just to kind of share that with you.
And I say the best one is the one you will actually use.
Yes.
Yeah.
So find one that's not too hard.
Yes. Yeah. And there's tons of them out there. Like there's literally cheap ones, there's expensive ones, but it has to be one that you'll actually use. We used to use one called Salesforce in our business. It's excellent, but it was like way overkill for us for what we needed and what we spend on it. So just keep that in mind.
And I'll say too, it's like, don't do any advertising if you don't have a CRM, because you're literally like, you're spending all this money on getting the leads and stuff. But if your follow up isn't good, or you don't have a place to store that data, it's just like, you're wasting money.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to touch on that aspect of it too with our end here. So, one of the things I just kind of want to touch on real quick with AI, it is going everywhere. It is blowing up everywhere. All the different softwares are coming out with it, and I just kind of want to share with you guys just a couple tools that are out there that could help you on the back end of the sales side of things. And some of these are just they cost monthly, some are like one-time fees, or there's a lot of different costs to these different things, but they can definitely save you time. And it really ultimately depends on the types of services and who you serve to find if it's really effective for you. A couple of them are like AI takeoff tools, takeoff software, and these are going to be software. Actually, let me share my screen with you. This is just one of them that we've had on our show before, called Attentive AI. And it's a software program, AI software program that you can basically, this is really good for large residential, high-end residential clients, or it could be really good for commercial or snow plowing companies. And this will basically, you put in, the property, you can use Google, it'll actually go in there. It'll take Google Earth images, and it'll count trees, it'll count the beds, it'll count everything that's in there. It could do a square footage of mulch beds, it can do square footage of parking lots if you do snow plowing. So this is a really good tool. We actually had them on our podcast. I met with them in person at the Equip Expo. They're a really good company, but that is one of them. Another one that's really good, kind of along the same lines, is called Site Recon. They are using AI to kind of do the same thing. So that's another great tool that's out there as well. Site Recon's been around for a while. They have a full software program too for other products for commercial takeoff. It'll measure grass, parking lots, all the stuff you can see here, proposals. So it's a lot more to it. The intent of AI is more just it gathers information, presents it to you through AI, and it's really, really quick turnaround time. Java is starting to add AI into their tools, I guess you'll say. This one, which is starting to get better. This is one that I was hinting towards, not really a good CRM, but they've started to change things on their end. They're able to now take that information and that customer's information and reply to them automatically. They have what you can see on the screen here. They call Copilot. which basically is like your AI version of ChatGPT, where it just kind of takes that information that you have inside Java and analyzes the numbers and gives you some suggestions on how to improve it. I haven't played with it yet, so I'm not sure how good it works. But again, it's coming out there and this stuff is advancing so quickly. So again, you just kind of want to stay in front of it all the time or reach out to people who are staying in front of it. Anything you want to add on those pieces right there?
No, at some point I want to do a vibe check. Like, we don't have to do it now or do it before the
Yeah.
Q&A. Because my biggest question all the time as landscapers is I just don't know. I don't have a good feel of what they're using it for and what their level of comfort is with it and which tools they're already using and which ones they would need more help with. I know that's like a lot of word vomit because when I first started talking about using AI 2 years ago, landscapers were like, no, the robots are not going to take over, whatever. It was ridiculous. But people are coming around because I think it's like, it's the new normal. It just is. And it's going to be everywhere. And so I'm happy to do more trainings at a more basic level if people need them, because I know there are some people out there that are still like, all I have is this like free chat GPT account. And I used it to write like 2 emails once and they don't really know where else to go with it from there. So like I said, we don't have to do it now. You can talk about the rest of the stuff that you've got to talk about. But when it comes time for Q&A, if anyone just wants to, share their vibe check on where they're at with using AI, do you see the potential for it? And like, what questions would you have of how to use it better, even if it's just more basic tools, like literally your free chat GPT account before you jump in and get some of these more advanced stuff.
So I do see people coming in and chatting, which I appreciate. So guys, please share with us. Like Matt said, how are you using AI in your business? Are you using ChatGPT? Let us know
Mhm.
what softwares you're using, because this is going to help us lead into other trainings we could do in the future, or potentially bring on people that are from that business
Okay.
too. So
Yeah. So it's
a lot of ChatGPT, it looks like.
Claude.
Claude, is
I'm a
that-
Claude fan. Yep.
Yeah, Claude is cool.
I
Okay.
shut down the VA. Is it? Okay. Sorry, we're just kind of going through reading. A lot of people are using it, so that's awesome. Glad to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Like blog writing. That's great. And so, but then I guess I didn't mean to like take over the conversation, but like, at what level are you using? Are you using custom GPTs, or do you just log in and go like, I need a blog post on X, on insert topic? So I'm hoping people know, like, do you know that you can like, if somebody has a similar blog that you can use Chat GPT to like deconstruct it and then rewrite it for you. And if you take the time to add like your own tone of voice documents and stuff like that, then you can get really, really good outputs. Like you don't have to have just like the Chat GPT vomit that you get. So there's many ways we could go with this. Yeah.
It's cool. It sounds like he's kind of using AI as like almost an appointment setter or something.
Okay.
Doing yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
but maybe that
Great
maybe
chat.
that, like,
Yeah, we'll get to the chat bots and the automation on that. So yeah, like I said, I didn't mean to take over completely, but I do appreciate you all letting me know how you're using it. Just because as we go forward and as we do more trainings, like I said, I just kind of needed a vibe check at where people are at, where they're doing it. Because when I hop in on trainings, like there's everybody from I'm writing my own code and creating all of my own bots to I barely know how to log in. And so it seems like people are all over the place. So it always helps if I just kind of know where everybody stands with their use of it. Yeah.
And
So
I like,
just took some fast action here. He's got a script ready to go, my man.
nice. See, that's what we like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. No, Matt did touch on this earlier. We've all seen those AI posts that have been out there with the emojis and all. It just sounds like robotic, and that's where Katie's really been diving in and to make it sound like you. And you can add different things to make it sound more like you and your business. Correct? You can touch on that more than I can.
Yeah, and I think that would be a different training. But if people are using it for like writing emails and writing blogs and stuff like that, then we could do a whole thing on how to get better outputs, because your inputs affect your outputs. And so if you're feeding it the right information, you're going to get better things out. And you can actually, from a copywriting standpoint, like I said, you can have a tone of voice document. And if you put in like the characteristics of the audience that you're trying to appeal to, like all of those little nuanced things will make a huge difference on what you get out of ChatGPT. So
So just to kind of touch a little bit on what Paco was asking about, he was asking about using chatbots on your website or using like there's different names for it, but basically having a conversational AI that uses some kind of text input, whether it's a web chat or it could be from a Facebook Messenger or Facebook, the ads that Matt was talking about, Matt was talking about earlier, bringing that information in, and you can actually have a chat bot that would actually have a conversation with that customer right through. Again, it could be either through the web chat, it could be through a Facebook Messenger, it could be through Instagram, it could be through texting. I do have my phone somewhere, and I kind of want to show you guys a little bit just so you can kind of see. Sorry, I buried my phone here. But there are a lot of different things you can use to kind of get that out there. The other thing that's really, really cool that's starting to come out more and more is the voice AI. This is where you actually have AI answer your phone. And I'm actually going to do a demonstration on that so you guys can kind of hear it. This is something that's improving day by day. And the demonstration I'm going to share with you today is set up a little bit more. It's more for a demo. But the cool thing with these AI chatbots or the voice AI, we can actually go in and train it on your business. We can actually teach it exactly what your services are. We can teach it how you speak, how you want it to speak to customers. We can pick the voice, male, female, whatever you want. And it is all about that speed to lead. So when those ads are coming in, or the people are coming in from the ads that Matt is doing or you're doing, we need to get back to them very quickly. And Kate's got some awesome stats on how fast people are expecting you to kind of get back to customers.
Oh, I don't know if they're awesome, but I mean, they're like, but such a hype guy tonight. Jeez. But like I've seen numbers as high as like 67% of people will just move on to the next number on their list if they don't get some kind of immediate response or answer. And up to 85% of people won't call back. Yeah. And so it's that lead to speed, people talk about all the time. And like Matt said, if you're going to dump money into ads, then just be prepared for them once they come to you, because that's just one of the biggest mistakes that we see landscapers make is be like, I'm just going to pay for ads. But then they're like, oh my God, I can't answer the phone. Oh my gosh, I've got, they're working outside all day. They come back in. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to return 7 calls. It's 7:30 at night. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And so the more you could use AI just as a tool to help with that, the better off your mind will be. You won't be quite as crazy.
Yeah. Like Katie said, you guys are out in the field, whether you're actually doing the work or you're out in the field doing estimates and just running around dealing with the crews or whatever it is, you might be missing a call because you're talking to a customer and you may forget about getting back to that customer right away. Well, you can have this AI, either voice or chat, get back to that customer, respond back to them, whether it's if you don't answer, it could be a missed call text back, as they call it, where it'll actually text them and say, hey, Scott will get back to you as soon as he's done dealing with the customer. It can be automated this way. And that's a simple way to do it. But you can actually even go further with these AI chatbots to actually have a full blown conversation and ask whatever questions you want. What types of service are you looking to have, done at your house? Have you worked with a landscaper before? How soon are you looking to have this done? You can have this ask that customer right away, and it's going to start bringing that information. So when you do call that customer, you are like light years ahead of other people because you have all this information, and it just happens like this. And it is so cool. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play a go through and actually call this voice AI here real quick. So you can just kind of get a sound or feel for what it sounds like here.
So this is one that will answer the phone.
Yeah. And if you guys actually want to do this, I'll get a link here in a little while. You guys can actually go and, you can set up a call. We can actually do this and you can do it live. I'll send you a link and you guys can try it out and test it out.
Because this is just a demo. Because when you actually do it for your business,
That's cool.
everybody always wants to eliminate tire kickers. And so depending on how you train the AI, that will be the level of detail that it will give out. Like you can have it trained to be like, well, yeah, if you want a patio, that's great. The minimum, we do a minimum of X square feet and they usually cost like $2,500 and up or whatever the actual
You can
information
customize it. Yeah.
so
for
if
your
people only want to
service.
spend, $47 on, their patio, then you can have the AI answer that question and it will kick them away.
Yeah. Or like even to that point, if they call and say they ask for irrigation service, you don't do irrigation services. You can have it say, no, I'm sorry, we don't do that. But here's a couple companies we recommend, or you could just say, we don't do that. I'm sorry. Are you in need of any other services? So there's a lot of that can
One
be
less call
done.
you got to return.
Yeah. So let me just call this number here, and I'm hoping this will work on here.
Hello, you have reached South County Landscaping. How can I help you today?
I'd like to get some landscaping work done.
Great. We'd be happy to help with that. Can I ask a few quick questions to get a better idea of what you're looking for? First, what type of services are you interested in? For example, landscaping, paver patios, water features, lawn care, or irrigation?
I'd like to have a paver patio put in my backyard.
Got it. A paver patio for your backyard sounds like a great project. How soon are you looking to have this completed? Just a heads up, we're currently booked out about a month.
So yeah, a month to 2 months out would be great.
Perfect. That timing works well with our schedule. Have you worked with a landscaper in the past, or would this be your first time?
No, this will be our first time.
Thanks for sharing. To move forward, I'll need your email address so we can send you confirmation details and follow up. I see we have your email.
So as you can see, it starts pulling information that I kind of fed it. Now, this is just a demo. This isn't trained on anything. This is just a basic information I put in there. And I did tell those 3 questions to ask, but we can input anything you want. And you can see it actually sounds pretty good. There's a little hints of, it sounds a little bit AI, but we can train it to say it's AI. You can train it not to say AI, however you want. But this just kind of gets a little glimpse of what it can do for you. Again, this could be set up to answer the phones all the time. It could be set up to answer when you don't answer. It could be set up to answer after hours. So if you have somebody working in the office to take phone calls, but that's a really good tool to kind of to add to your arsenal just to get back to the customers, because again, it's that speed to lead. And then once we get that customer's information, we can send out emails to them. We can send out texts to them. We can schedule booking. If they want to schedule a estimate with them, we can do that right then and there and send stuff out to them and send reminders out to them. So there's a lot of things to be done. Again, this goes into the CRM, that aspect we're talking about. Now, we do recommend a CRM. It's called Go High Level, but we incorporate all that inside this voice AI and stuff like that. But it's a really good tool that you guys can use to kind of implement this. All right, guys. Well, I definitely appreciate all being here, and hopefully you guys gain a little bit more knowledge on AI. We are kind of like Katie said earlier, we're kind of seeing what you guys are using because we want to do more trainings on this stuff in the future. So we kind of wanted to feel out what you guys are actually using it for and how we can help you guys with it in the future. So thank you guys for being here so much. And thank you, Matt, always for being here. It's always
Yeah, thank you for having me.
yeah. And I did put your link out there in the chat. So if you guys want to check out Matt's website, Savant Marketing, go click on that link, go to it. He's a great resource. If you can't do that, go check out his YouTube channel. He's got a ton of great videos on there to kind of walk you through different things as well. So go check that out.